Today we are going to explore one of the most quietly profound ideas in all of Stoic philosophy. No one enters your life by accident. Every person you meet, whether they stay for years or appear only briefly, whether they bring joy or difficulty, whether they inspire you or challenge you to your limit, carries a meaning, an invitation, a lesson, a gift that may take time to unwrap fully. This video is for those who are searching for meaning in each encounter and each experience. It is for those who want to move through the world not as passive observers of what happens to them, but as conscious participants who understand that every person, every meeting, every unexpected turn of events has something genuine to offer. Subscribe to our channel, a space for those committed to living with awareness and genuine intention. Now let's begin. Every encounter has a purpose. Stoicism, that ancient philosophy born in Greece, taught us to receive everything that happens with gratitude and genuine understanding. According to the Stoics, every event in life occurs for a reason. Every person who crosses your path is not there by coincidence. Epictetus, one of the most important Stoic thinkers, said, "Remember that you are not an accident. You are part of something larger." These words remind us that everything in our lives has a deeper connection, that even the seemingly small or peripheral encounter is part of a larger design. When we meet new people, it can look like coincidence. But Stoicism invites us to look again. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journals, "Everything that happens, happens rightly." Not rightly in the sense of always comfortable or welcome, but rightly in the sense that every encounter has the potential to influence your path, even the ones you cannot fully understand in the moment. Even difficult people come bearing gifts. We often meet people who seem to bring only trouble, who test us, challenge us, stir up conflict, or simply make things harder. And our first instinct is to wish them gone. But Stoicism offers a different lens. Even the people who bring friction into your life are there with a purpose. They teach you important lessons. They help you discover how much strength you actually have. They show you where your limits are and where your character can be strengthened. As Epictetus observed, difficult circumstances do not break a person. They reveal who that person truly is. Every encounter, even the most challenging one, is an opportunity to learn and to grow. Even if this person seems to add nothing positive to your life on the surface, you can trust that they appeared with a purpose. The question is not whether you like the lesson. The question is whether you are willing to receive it. Seneca wrote, "People come into our lives to teach us something, or to help us see something in ourselves." Every person can be your teacher, even if you cannot see it immediately. The key is being open to what they are showing you, including what they show you about yourself. Gratitude for every meeting, regardless of how it ends. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "An encounter with a person is like a gift from fate. Receive this gift with gratitude." This is one of the most practical applications of Stoic wisdom in daily life. We are meant to be genuinely grateful for every encounter, regardless of how long it lasts or what it contains. This is not passive acceptance of everything that arrives. It is an active choice to look for the value in every experience rather than simply cataloguing what pleased you and what did not. When you receive an encounter with this kind of openness, something shifts. You stop filtering people through the question of whether they gave you what you wanted. You start asking what this meeting opened in you, what it showed you about how you think, how you love, how you respond to difficulty, how you grow. Even brief encounters can carry enormous weight. A conversation on a train, a moment of unexpected kindness, a chance interaction that plants a seed you do not even recognize until years later. Stoicism reminds us to remain attentive to these moments, to not rush through our days so quickly that we miss what is being offered. Encounters as mirrors for self-knowledge. Every person you meet can function as a mirror, reflecting back to you something about yourself that you might not otherwise see. The people who irritate you most reliably often show you where your own patterns and reactions need your attention. The people who inspire you most deeply often embody something you already carry, but have not yet fully expressed. Epictetus understood this clearly. No one can truly harm you except yourself. All external encounters and events can be received as opportunities for internal growth, if we are genuinely willing to be changed by them. Even conflicts and misunderstandings serve this function. They reveal where your communication might need refinement, where your expectations may be getting ahead of reality, where you are carrying something unexamined that is worth looking at. This does not mean every difficult encounter is your fault or your problem to fix. It means that every difficult encounter contains information that is worth taking seriously, about the world, about other people, and about yourself. Every encounter shapes your character. Each person who enters your life leaves a trace in your thinking, in your feelings, in your choices. Even the most fleeting interaction contributes, in some small way, to the person you are becoming. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not forget to be grateful for every day and every encounter. They make you who you are." This is worth sitting with. The teachers who believed in you before you believed in yourself. The friends who stayed when staying was hard. The strangers who offered kindness at precisely the right moment. The people who challenged or even hurt you, and in doing so, forced you to find strength you did not know was there. All of them, in different ways, are woven into the fabric of your character. And the more consciously you receive each encounter, the more honestly you ask what it is offering you, the more intentionally your character develops. The practice of genuine presence. One of the deepest gifts Stoicism offers is this: every encounter is happening right now, not later, not in memory. Now. Epictetus taught, "Live here and now. The past has already passed. The future has not yet arrived. Only this moment matters." How many conversations have you had while your mind was somewhere else? How many encounters have you allowed to pass without genuinely receiving what was present in them? Stoicism calls us back to the moment, to the actual person in front of us, to the actual exchange happening right now. When you bring real presence to an encounter, you give that person something rare, your full attention. And in return, you receive something rare as well, the full reality of another human being. Not the filtered version, not the story you had already written about them, but who they actually are in this moment. This is not easy. It requires you to quiet the part of your mind that is always planning, evaluating, comparing, or replaying. It requires the simple willingness to be genuinely here. But when you cultivate this, your encounters become richer, more human, more real. And you become someone that people feel genuinely met by, which is one of the rarest things a person can offer. Learning to forgive, and what it truly means. Stoicism also teaches us that every encounter which requires forgiveness is an opportunity for genuine spiritual growth. Seneca wrote, "Forgiveness is an act of great courage and wisdom. We must be able to forgive others for their mistakes and their limitations. And equally important, to forgive ourselves for ours. This is not a soft idea. Forgiveness in the Stoic sense is not pretending nothing happened or excusing what cannot be excused. It is a deliberate act of releasing resentment, not for the other person's benefit, but for yours. Because carrying resentment is one of the heaviest burdens a person can choose to hold on to, and one of the most unnecessary. When you can look at an encounter that hurt you and eventually say, "I do not understand everything about why that happened, but I choose not to let it define me," you have taken back something that was being held hostage. Your peace, your forward movement, your access to the present. Every encounter that asks you to forgive is asking you to choose yourself. Choose your freedom. Choose who you want to be, independent of how others have behaved. Encounters as invitations to cooperation. No one reaches their deepest potential entirely alone. Every great person in history had teachers, mentors, collaborators, and companions who shaped, challenged, and supported them along the way. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "No one can achieve success entirely on their own. We all need each other." The encounters that come into your life are not only lessons, they are also invitations. Invitations to cooperate, to learn from someone who has already been where you are going, to offer your own experience to someone just arriving where you once were. When you approach every new encounter with genuine curiosity, with the question, "What is this person here to give, and what am I here to give them?" something changes in how you move through the world. You stop walking through life, looking only for what you can extract from each interaction. You start contributing to the larger flow of human experience, giving what you have received, and trusting that the exchange will be meaningful. Every person is a source of inspiration. Even the most difficult encounter can become a source of insight, creative energy, and renewed direction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be open to the new ideas and inspiration that come with every encounter." This is not naive optimism. It is a practiced orientation toward the world, the cultivated habit of looking for what each person and each experience has to offer, rather than only evaluating whether it met your expectations. Some of the most transformative moments in a person's life arrive through the most unexpected conversations. A casual exchange that reframes how you see a problem you have been carrying for years. A brief comment from a stranger that suddenly makes something clear you have been confused about for months. A question asked by a child that cuts through years of unnecessary complexity. Stoicism asks us to stay awake to these moments, to move through the world not as someone who already knows what matters, but as someone genuinely open to being surprised by what still has something to teach them. A closing reflection on every encounter. Never forget, every encounter in your life has the potential to be a landmark, a point on the map of who you are becoming. Each one leaves its trace in your heart, in your thinking, in the way you meet the next person who arrives. Each one is contributing, in its own way, to the character you are building, and to the life you are choosing to live. Stoicism teaches us to receive all of this with gratitude and understanding. Every person who arrives, whether they inspire you or challenge you, whether they stay or leave, whether they are easy or difficult, is part of your story, and you are part of theirs. So cherish every encounter, value every moment. Stay genuinely curious about every person who crosses your path, because no one comes into your life by accident, and the depth with which you receive them determines how fully you receive your own life. Dear viewers, if this video gave you something to carry, share it with someone you are grateful to have met. Subscribe to the channel, like, and turn on the bell so you never miss what is coming. Share in the comments. Which encounter in your life has left the deepest mark? And what did it teach you? I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next one.